Hello, all you steel fabricators. I'm Ashley Novak, and this is Peddi-TV. The steel industry is reaching new heights, and we are right alongside to capture it. In 1969, man officially walked on the moon, and 48 years later, space exploration has its eyes set on new horizons. Our friends at North Alabama Fabricating Company provided some insight into a recently completed project for NASA.
Hi, I'm Lindy Casey here at the NASA Marshall Flight Space Center in Huntsville, Alabama. With me today are Peddinghaus partners, North Alabama Fabricating Company. I have Jeremy and Robert with me. Thanks for joining me today, guys.
Thank you. Thank you.
So what can you tell me about this massive structure that we're standing in front of right now?
The structure behind us is a test stand for the hydrogen fuel cell for the core stage of the Mars Space Launch System. And so there'll be static testing for the fuel cell itself and be pulling on it, twisting it, pushing on it, doing all kinds of things that would try to mimic some of the space flight conditions.
And what has been North Alabama Fabricating Company's part and involvement in this significant project?
Well, we were contracted to fabricate and erect the tower you see behind us, which was 21 stories tall and consists of roughly 4,500 tons of steel in the tower you see behind us.
What role has Peddinghaus machinery played in the significance and the completion of this project?
Sure, the Peddinghaus equipment played a big role. As you can see, this tower behind us is fully field welded together connections. The accuracy of fabrication was very important to us to make this project successful. The Peddinghaus equipment was very accurate in the successful nature of this project because we had, very minor fit-up issues on this tower based on the amount of connections you see behind us. It was a very small amount of any field modifications due to any fabrication links or tolerances.
How important was this project to you and North Alabama Fabricating Company?
Well, it was very important to us. It's not, we do a lot of regular projects all across the country, government projects, commercial, industrial projects, but when the name NASA is associated with a project, that's a big deal. That's one of the most well-known names in all the world, and we definitely are proud to be a part of that, and seeing us trying to go to Mars based on something we've built is an amazing accomplishment and honor to us.
What an ambitious project too, because just to give you a sense of scale, the space station's out like 200 miles. The moon is 238,900 miles, which is a huge jump. We did that 48 years ago, and then Mars is 33.9 million miles. And so this is part of a project, when you think about scale, is a tremendous big leap into the future.
Hot rods and horsepower, steel and welding, cities and skyscrapers. The world is made better by combining our favorite things. The Peddi XDM 630 and Peddi-Matic Intelligent Material Handling from Peddinghaus is no exception. Watch as engineering breaks down this new system from Peddinghaus.
Hi, I'm Lyle Menke. Today we're here to talk about the Peddi XDM 630 machine and Peddi-Matic handling system with our engineering staff. So Ken, why did the Peddinghaus engineering team design the XDM 630?
The Peddi XDM 630 was designed to be the perfect machine for either the small fabricator or the large fabricator to run their miscellaneous and smaller profiles, anything less than 24 inches.
Ken, where does the XDM 630 fit into a typical fabrication shop?
Well, for your small fabricator, it can be the primary machine. It can run all their parts. For a larger fabricator, it could be a complementary machine to go along with, say, a BDLD drill line.
So Ken, what all processes are included in the XDM 630?
Well, like many of our drills, we handle carbide drilling, countersinking, tapping, scribing. We do slot milling. We've gone to actually doing full cope milling. And then we also have the integrated saw to take care of all the mitering needs you have on your machine. And of course, like all of our other machines, it's run by our Raptor 3D CAM software, so you get all the benefits of Tekla or DSTV imports.
Is this a good machine for running like multiple parts?
Of course, with the integrated saw, we're able to handle all the trim cuts and scraps through the material handling of the saw. Those parts are automatically dumped off, while the larger component parts are sent down the conveyor line for further processing.
Mark, how does the Peddi-matic material handling system benefit the operations?
The Peddi-matic material handling communicates with the XDM and processes the material with minimal interaction from the operator.
Can you kind of walk us through a typical Peddi-matic process?
Sure, Lyle. The operator loads the infeed and places the system into Peddi-matic mode. The material width is measured on the loader with the dogs, and then is moved over to the datum where material height and length are measured. And then that information is sent to the XDM to process material. Then the operator has the freedom to load new parts and unload parts that have been processed through the machine. Basically, it's the cruise control for your XDM machine.
So Ken, if I'm a structural fabricator, how does the XDM system benefit me?
Well, the biggest benefit is going to be in labor savings. The same operator running this machine is also loading the infeed and unloading the outfeed of this. In a larger shop, that same operator could be running a parallel line of, say, like a BDLD. It's the perfect system for your small or large fabricator, or even manufacturer, anybody who's running structural steel profiles.
NASCC 2017 was a huge success, and I don't think San Antonio, Texas will ever be the same. Peddi-TV was on site to ask the attendees and its partners what their favorite aspects of the entire event were.
I'm with Survey Steel Company down in Thomasville, Georgia.
I'm from Lennox Steel in Indianapolis, Indiana.
Canada, Toronto area.
It is Libby's first show, but not mine.
Actually spoken at 2 of them.
I've probably been to over 30.
I look for visiting the exhibits, meeting out and networking with people that I don't often see.
Just a networking aspect.
New products, new machinery.
I like to look at the new technological advancements.
This year I've gone to several seminars on legal issues, on erection sequencing, and on shop equipment.
Yeah, I've been to probably about 3 or 4 of the different seminars that we're giving.
There's a lot of knowledge you can kind of download at these conferences.
We do. We have several pieces of Peddinghaus equipment. We have an FPV, a drill line, and a saw.
A drill line, a punch line, a couple of angle lines, a couple of saws.
We have an angle master, a drill, we have a saw, and a Peddi Rider combo, and we have a coper, which is the best coper made.
We've been buying Peddinghaus equipment since the 1960s.
Favorite part is always getting together with fellow fabricators, and
it's just a great time, really good entertainment, and just a lot of fun.
Karaoke with my wife.
It was really cool to see Jay Leno.
In a really fun environment, you always have some great entertainment, but you really know how to make it fun.
Jay Leno was great last night too, and we enjoyed meeting him afterwards. Thought that was a really neat thing.
Honestly, I think it was actually just the opportunity to now meet so many more people.
It was a lot of fun and got a lot of love from the crowd, and that really did make me feel good. So it was terrific.
That's all for this installment of Peddi-TV. Big things are coming from Peddinghaus, so be sure to check out our website and social media for new technology. And while you're there, subscribe to our free magazine, Peddi News, for more what's happening in the global steel industry. I'm Ashley Novak, bringing you the latest in structural steel news.